most of us started playing this gacha game for the voluptuous and attractive women. But the world of Nikke is so much more than extreme back pain and dump trucks. No, oftentimes the stories that shift up crafts overshadow the impressive Nikke forms, often tackling themes like loneliness. Unbreakable Sphere is no different. It's got a little bit of every type of suffering sprinkled in. Imagine being a complete and utter failure. From the day you were made a Nikke, you were seen as defective. Your build was unimpressive. You were assigned with mass-produced Nikkes, but they were envious. You had a name, Mori. Yet, she was stuck with them. They made her life a living hell, stealing her lunch money. She'd starve. They'd send her out as bait and not tell her that she could come back. So she'd dig a hole and hide from the raptures. By this point, Mori had had enough. She snapped. She got reprimanded and was forced to look for a new squad. Luckily, it seemed that another group of Nikkes wanted her to join them. Unfortunately, she was betrayed again. They made her hold on the materials to get her in trouble. Mori was sent to the incubator squad due to her crimes. After this, nobody wanted to be her squadmate, and Mori had trust issues. All she wanted at this point was to survive, but she was put on hold for dismantling. Things looked gloom until she appeared. The devil herself offered Mori a way out. All she had to do was trail a team of 2 and toss a rapture calling beacon. Then she had to inform Jian about what the team's reaction was. That's it. She could still survive, so she took this offer. Unfortunately, an eldritch being of unquenchable hunger has different plans for these 3. Mori may be a hungry gal, but she's no Snow White. How's she supposed to win these? They wake up and find Siren, the kindest Nikke of them all. She shows them some bubble bending techniques and tells them about her power, Kotodama, which can compel you to follow her commands. This creates conflict for like 10 seconds because Mori is a skeptic. That's kind of what happens a lot in Story 1. Mori has a hard time trusting people because of what happened to her in the past. So she pushes Siren away, but Siren doesn't stop. She was alone for 70 years, and these were the first people to ever visit her. She was happy, even if the circumstances of their meeting were terrible. And while Mori was a hard skeptic the whole time, Miharu was kind of in between. She knew Siren was being sincere about helping them, but she wasn't telling them everything. Which we understand because, well, you find out you're in a giant rapture stomach where one touch of its silver goop can kill you? Yeah, you wouldn't want to tell anybody that either. And you managed to make a whole garden for yourself stuck in this behemoth's stomach? And the fear of this primordial being? Yeah, it makes sense why she didn't tell them. It also makes sense when Mori gets upset and decides to dip. What happens next? Not so much. You see, the black box falls, causing Uni to go out of control, just like Jian had wanted. This was some Mickey Mouse tier shit, I'm sorry. It felt so artificial. No, Siren, get away! Ah! Luckily, Siren was able to stop Uni, and Miharu was kind of into it, so things should work out. Just kidding. Mori ran away. She felt like trash. For the first time in her life, she didn't want to survive. She thought it'd be better if she just closed her eyes. And when Siren pulls up, she thinks she's been voted off the island. But Siren isn't having any of that. She's happy Mori is there. She'd be sad if she disappeared. She even says that they should celebrate that day as her birthday from now on. I'm sitting there thinking, thank God I got LASIK. You ain't getting a tear out of me, Shift Up. After this point, my girl Mori stopped being a stubborn little shit and finally accepted help. She realizes her faults and tries to improve as a person. We love to see it. And then when she goes to visit Siren's workshop and we see the 5 bubbles of her friends. Oh my goodness, my heart. And then they have their great escape, but Siren doesn't go. Because of the AA pillar, and Mori is like, it's all my fault. Where are the counters, man? Shift Up, why do you love misery? And Siren's last words, my heart. Thank God it's Nikke and nobody stays dead. Plus it was only Story 1, but damn that shit hit hard. In Story 2, it's all about the prep work to save Private Siren. Of course I'm not gonna discount my girl Mana coming in with the constant bangers. I love that nerd emoji. We also have things like Miharu contacting Jian and their deal, and Mana showing herself to be the least evil scientist in MMR. Oh, and Mori versus Uni. I honestly didn't care much for that, I cannot lie to you. Then we got the operation to save Siren. with the power of friendship at its helm. That's what I'm talking about, baby. This event was mad sad and filled with loneliness. We need that Naruto power-up. Mihara holds that silly little guy down and lets him feel every single mouth in his body get bit on the cheek. Uni uses her barbaric strength to hold bro open as Mori slips in and finds Siren. When Mori reaches Siren, she says the line. She lets her know, Siren, we getting at this together or not at all. I really mess with that conviction of hers. Especially since she's pushing through her fear and moving on from her survival mentality. The ending is so peak too, man. Uni showing some grit, Mihara and Uni bonding and planning their atonement, Siren aura farming, Siren finally seeing the sun after so long, her bright smile, then Cinderella and Grave popping up. I don't really get how they were there at that very moment, but I'll take it. I can't contain myself, man. This is what the fairy tale models are all about. Happy endings. Also, Jesus, Gluttony is terrifying. I can't believe that big old lump of mass is just one of its mouths. Crazy. Mori took this event for me. A cute tomboy who actually likes cute stuff? What's not to like? Don't get me wrong, Siren was chill and very adorable, but Mori got the best development and the most spotlight. Too bad she's probably gonna get sidelined after this event and make no more appearances. Name of the gacha game, bros. But I'll always remember this event fondly because of Best Girl. Miara and Uni were chill too. I liked their interactions with each other, and the music was gas. I don't think the emotional scenes would have hit as hard for me without those bangers. But damn, this event was pure misery till that sweet ending. Oh, and that tug-of-war minigame was mad fun. Honestly, it's probably my favorite event since Footsteps, Walk, Run. I didn't really care for most of the smaller events. Only issue I've had with this Annie is Siren's advice sessions are so sad. They did not need to do her dirty like that. Hasn't she suffered enough? Let me know what y'all thought about the event. That's all she wrote.